What is going on, guys? It's your boy Shelnock back, and today, first, let me just get off the hand. Happy Harden Day, everybody! It is a new day in Philadelphia sports, Philadelphia basketball, especially. James Harden will finally be making his debut game for the Philadelphia 76ers tonight against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So we have a battle of the bigs in Joel Embiid and the new three-point champion Karl-Anthony Towns. An amazing battle that's going to be, definitely. And then we have Anthony Edwards going up against James freaking Harden. And then Maxey versus Russell. Tobias versus Okogie. McDaniels. Something along the lines of that. Minnesota's an under the radar team. I think they should be a better team than what they are. They have 3 stars that realistically should be putting them higher seeds in the West. I think they may be sitting around 7th, if I'm not wrong. Last time I checked the standings, I'm not sure if anything changed from last night's games because I know there's a couple games last night. Right now the Sixers do sit 3rd in the East. A couple games out of first. So the East is in a really big race right now. Obviously, you have the Bulls and the Heat are top. We're 3rd. I think you have Cavs, Bucks, and then Celtics. The Celtics are on a 10-game win streak, or 10 wins out of their last 11 games. So they're a little bit scary coming into this off season. Or into the playoffs, I mean. So there's that's definitely something to look out for. The Nets lost to the Celtics last night by around 30 points. I mean, Nets still don't have all their players, but still, it was a bad game. So hopefully the Nets keep losing. I would like them to be in the play-in tournament. I do not want to see Kevin Durant and all them be, because when they get back, it's going to be different. Not just because of Ben, I just think that their team is probably the most well-rounded, and they have so much depth that team's going to be an interesting. They're going to be a problem. The Heat, I still have a little bit of worries with. The Bulls, I don't worry as much, but they definitely, DeMar's tearing it up right now. His MVP status is rising as we speak. These last 10 games or last month, this guy's been putting up 30 plus almost every game. So Joel's got some competition. He's got to keep the pedal to the metal right now, because I still think he's first. People will tell me Jokic is first and Giannis is first and Mars first, but those 4 are fighting right now. This is probably one of the most competitive MVP races we've had in a while. But that is definitely a situation going on. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the Sixers and the fact that we got to prep for James Harden's first game. This is a new era. A completely new era. We've never had an all-star, superstar caliber player like that. Ben Simmons was a 3-time all-star, yeah, but the East was weak when he was an all-star. So his all-star nods were a little bit yeah, he's never been a starter. He was like a bench player. In the all-star teams, he was a bench player, I mean. But we got a guy that's top 75 all time. One of the best scorers in the history of the game. One of the best top 5 in playmaking this season. He fits this team so well, and I don't know how people say otherwise. I really don't understand the notion that people say that James Harden needs all these shots. He's going to get his 20 shots. There's no doubt about it. Joel's going to get his 25 shots. He's going to, Maxey's not going to digress. I know Maxey's averaging 17, but we act like he's not going to be able to get 17 in a game ever again now. People are making it seem like Harden's going to be a cancer to this team. I don't think so. Harden's going to teach Maxey to be his best self. We saw it during the Bucks game. He literally was coaching him, told him, do it yourself, go out there, get buckets the way you're supposed to get them. So I'm not worried about the Maxey Harden thing. I think it's going to help Tobias a lot because Tobias doesn't need the load of being a second option because he wasn't even a second option when he was playing because his play, like he's been struggling all season pretty much. And I will give him the leeway that with the whole Ben situation that Tobias kind of got forced into being in that role and all that. But like now he is the third, fourth option, however you want to put it. I would rather say fourth option because I would really go to Maxey more. Like he's that third, fourth option. He's solid at that. Catch and shoot. As long as he's not getting in the way. And I think if Doc really staggers the minute like the tweet says that he will, that it will really benefit this team. Doc Rivers said that he will have two of either Embiid, Harden, Maxey, Tobias on the court with the bench at all times. So what I'm expecting to see is when the game starts, we have the Maxey, Harden, Green, Tobias, Embiid lineup. Embiid and I would say Embiid definitely is the one that goes out first. Leaving Harden. I might honestly, at first I think I would go with this. Take out Embiid and Harden and go Maxey, Tobias and run them with the bench. And then bring Harden back. Take Maxey out. Have Harden and Tobias in. And then at the end of the second, put Embiid back. Put Maxey in. Like you can rotate it around like that. Just have one of them. Like there's definitely a lot of ways to figure it out. I think when Maxey's on the floor with Embiid, he tries to feed it to him a lot. But I think their two-man game can work. I think it's got to be a small and a big at every time. I wouldn't say go two bigs because I don't think that they like to play Tobias and Embiid at the same time because it's too cloggy. Because Tobias likes to do his post up once in a while, and Embiid obviously lives down there. But if Doc figures it out, that can really be a problem come the playoffs. Sixers, I didn't get to talk about this, but Sixers did sign free agent center Willie Cauley-Stein. He's 28. He's athletic, gets rebounds, blocks. I know he's not Drummond. Drummond will go hands down as the best backup Embiid has ever had. Sorry to see him go. Obviously, him and Seth were big parts of the team. I never really got to touch on that either. Obviously, I'm going to miss those two. But it had to be done, and we got Harden, and now Willie Cauley-Stein's on a 10-day. And I know he's going to try because he wants to get a contract, obviously, like every NBA player does. And with him, he's still young. He's athletic. Harden can throw lobs to him when Embiid's out because Embiid obviously isn't the lob guy. He throw lobs to Willie. He goes up and I've seen him done it before. Obviously, a lot of the highlights that Willie Cauley-Stein because let's be honest, he's been an underwhelming player his whole career. He was a number 6 pick in his draft, and the guy is getting 10-day contracts as a 28-year-old. It's sad. It's just like the Drummond situation. Drummond is 28, 27 years old and is on a league minimum deal currently. Like, it's the way the league's been with the players that don't shoot. But I think Willie Cauley-Stein might be able to find his rhythm here. I honestly do, because as long as he blocks shots, just being a big body in the paint, since he's been in the league a little bit, that's why I think that he got the contract, because Paul Reed and Charles Bassey are just so young that Doc probably wants some more veteran people on the court, which I get it. But I would love to see Bassey. Bassey did have a good game yesterday for the Blue Coats. I think he put up like 23, 8 blocks. If the kid's a dog, I think he's going to be a big part of the future, building on. I'm not sure how they all think that they're going to do with him and what they plans on for him, but I hope he gets to play because I really do like Charles Bassey. I think he should be the backup for Embiid moving forward. But we'll see how that goes. But I do like the move Willie Cauley-Stein. I thought Derek Favors would be in the buyout market, but he still can be. I mean, Willie's on a 10-day, so we didn't sign him to the hard contract yet because I don't think the due date for the hard contract is yet. It's approaching, but it's not yet. So we still have time. If we want to sign it back to another 10-day, or if we want to try and go into a different direction, because I did like Derek Favors when I saw him play this season. He's playing tough. I know he's a bit older, but he's still, if you can give you 15 minutes and run a little lob play or run a pick and roll like 5 times in the time that Embiid's out, that's all he needs. That's all you need to do. Just run pick and rolls, get to the basket, get rebounds, blocks, a couple points here. Now, I'm not asking you to go out and be the number one scoring option when Embiid's out. Absolutely not. I'm asking you just to do your role and just play tough and get rebounds, because that's all we really need in a bench center. And I think we're going to be fine. I mean, obviously, there's 25 games left in the season. We're nearing the end. Obviously, with the All-Star break happening, like, I think the chemistry's building. Do I think it's there yet? No. But we look good so far. Like, sitting third right now, we do have a tough schedule. Looking at the schedule, there are a lot of tough games on there. We barely played the Cavs so far. I think that we meet the Cavs a couple times. We finish our Knicks series coming up after tonight's game. We have the Knicks in Madison Square Garden, and then March 2nd, we have the Knicks in Philadelphia. So we need to get back at them, because they beat us twice this year, and we shouldn't have lost to them. And then moving forward, we have a couple other games. I know we meet the Bulls again. Obviously, that March 10th game, we all know the Nets come to Philly. We'll see if Ben Simmons is going to be there. Obviously, Danny Green has some comments on that. Maybe I will make a video on that, because there has been a couple of Sixer news things going around that I want to talk about that I haven't gotten a chance to talk about yet. So those are a lot of things that have been going on. I'm very, very excited for tonight's game. I can't wait. I'm going to be watching, obviously. I think I might do a post game after that, so check back here for a post game of the stats. No matter what, I think I'm going to do a post game for the last 25 games of the season for the Sixers, talking about how I think things are moving forward, the players' progression throughout the games, the stats and everything, just looking at the overall game, looking at the continuation of the season, and stuff like that. But I think that that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'm just overall just so excited for tonight. This Harden thing's got me super excited. I can't wait for this to keep going. It's going to be a fun rest of the season. Next year is going to be really fun. Seeing what they do in the off season is going to be interesting too, which direction they take. I just can't wait. I think it's going to be great. Harden Day is today. This could be the beginning of something really, really special. So stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. So if you like what I do, you already know what to do. Like, comment, share, subscribe for more. And as always, leave it open. I'm going to come through. And I'll see you guys in the next video.